Good morning, students. In today's class, we will just go through the chemical properties of amines continuation only. In previous class, we have seen various chemical properties of amines, and even this reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride also we have seen. Okay. Coming with reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride, this benzene sulfonyl chloride reagent is called Hinsberg reagent. This is the reagent which is used to distinguish primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. Okay. In what way it is used to distinguish primary, secondary, and tertiary amines? We have seen, but this is the thing. See here, if you take primary amine, this primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form a compound which is soluble in alkali. Alkali means base, like NaOH, KOH. These are all called alkalis. Okay. Now once again, primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form a compound which is soluble in alkali. Secondary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form a compound which is not soluble in insoluble in alkali. Tertiary amines will not react with benzene sulfonyl chloride. So first we will take primary amine. Actually, it is primary amine, secondary amine, or tertiary amine, we don't know. Okay, we will take the given amine to us. To that, we will add benzene sulfonyl chloride. That is Hinsberg reagent. In laboratory with a label, they will show that one. That is Hinsberg reagent. We will add that Hinsberg reagent to this amine, and after some time, the product will be formed. After the formation of the product, that is whether this one or this one. If it doesn't undergo reaction, we will confirm with tertiary. If it undergoes reaction, we will get one compound. To that compound, we will add alkali, that is KOH or NaOH. If the formed compound is dissolved in that alkali, we will confirm with primary amine. If it is not soluble in that alkali which is added by us, then it is secondary amine. Okay, but why that compound is getting soluble in that amine, and why secondary amine compound is not soluble? See here, primary amine compound. When primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, we got a compound in which this compound has nitrogen contains hydrogen. Nitrogen which is bonded to hydrogen, in which this nitrogen is bonded to sulfur. Sulfur is bonded to high electronegative atoms, oxygen. These are electron withdrawing groups. Both oxygens, actually one electronegative element itself, it will pull the electrons highly, but sulfur is bonded to two oxygens, two high electronegative atoms. Then these electrons are shifted towards oxygen highly. Then what this sulfur will do? Sulfur is getting less electron density. Then this sulfur will pull electrons from nitrogen. Then this nitrogen will pull electrons from hydrogen, and that hydrogen can be given out easily. This bond can be cleaved easily. Because of the presence of this hydrogen, as it is able to donate H+, it is acting like an acid. This substance is able to donate H+. Why it is able to donate H+? Because nitrogen is bonded to sulfur, which is bonded to two high electronegative atoms. Nitrogen is bonded to sulfur, which is bonded to two electronegative atoms, as well as nitrogen contains H. That hydrogen which is bonded to nitrogen can be given out easily. Here sulfur is bonded to two electronegative atoms. This sulfur is getting very less electron density. Then this sulfur will attract electrons from nitrogen. Then this nitrogen will attract electrons from hydrogen. This hydrogen can be given out easily. This is behaving like an acid. Then it is soluble in alkali. Alkali means base. This is soluble in alkali. But coming to secondary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, we got one compound in which nitrogen does not contain hydrogen. See, observe. This nitrogen is bonded to 2C2H5 groups. That nitrogen does not contain hydrogen. Then it is not a acidic in nature. If it is not acidic in nature, it is not going to be soluble in alkali. Acids, when they are dissolved in base, they will form salt and water. Correct? That is, dissolution will be happened. But here, what happened here? This is not contained by any hydrogen. No acidic hydrogen is present. Because of that, it is not going to be soluble in alkali, but this one is going to be soluble in alkali. In this way, primary, second and tertiary amines we can distinguish by using the test called Hinsberg reagent test. This is simply called Hinsberg test. Is it clear, ma? Once again, it is very important test. And one more thing, for primary amines, carbyl amine reaction is very important. Benzene diazoxide chloride formation is very important. Okay. Next, this one is also highly important under chemical properties. Now coming to this one, Hinsberg reagent is the reagent which is used to distinguish primary, second and tertiary amines. Okay, in what way? Primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, Hinsberg reagent, to form a compound. That compound is soluble in alkali. Next, secondary amine is going to react with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form a compound in which that compound is not soluble in alkali. And coming to tertiary amines. Tertiary amines won't undergo reaction with Hinsberg reagent. So already if you are conformed with any amine, and to that amine if you add any Hinsberg reagent, okay, if that substance is not going to react with Hinsberg reagent, that amine is not going to react with Hinsberg reagent, then that amine is called tertiary amine. Okay, primary and secondary amines, they will form the products, but primary amine formed product will be soluble in alkali. Secondary amine formed product will not be soluble in alkali. That is the thing. In this way, we will distinguish primary, second and tertiary amines by using the Hinsberg reagent. Okay, ma? This is about sixth property, that is reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. I hope you understood this one, and it is very important test. You have to remember very well. Okay. Next, seventh one. Seventh one, subheading electrophilic substitution reactions. Electrophilic substitution reactions, these are exclusive for aromatic amines, already we know. So aromatic compounds, they will undergo these electrophilic substitution reactions. We have total 5 electrophilic substitution reactions. So many times these are getting repeated. You have to remember carefully. First one, nitration. Second one, bromination. Third one, sulfonation. Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Is it correct, ma? So under this seventh property, electrophilic substitution reactions, we will see first A. That is bromination. This bromination is under halogenation, ma? Under that, bromine we are going to introduce, Br plus we are going to introduce. Okay, let us see. Let us consider aromatic amine, very familiar aromatic amine, that is aniline. This aniline reacts with Br2 in water. Br2 which is dissolved in water. Okay, actually this nitrogen present on NH2 group present on benzene ring, it is highly active group. And one more thing, it is electron donating group. It is highly active group and electron donating group. Electron donating groups will activate which positions, no? Ortho and para positions. So it is clear that this is ortho para directing group. So whatever the electrophile it is coming into the position, that is coming into ortho position or para position. Clearly I mentioned we have 4 chapters. In that, haloalkanes and haloarenes, electron donating group. Second chapter, alcohols, phenols and ethers, electron donating group. Fourth chapter, amines. These are also electron donating groups only. Only the third chapter, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, that is alone contained by electron withdrawing group, that is meta position, meta directing group. Is it okay, ma? Now coming to this one, electron donating, but it is highly active. So directly if you take aniline and reacts with Br2 such that H2O, we will not get ortho single product or para single product. All ortho and para positions are getting attacking the Br+. Then we will get the product that is this is the product we are going to get. The product name is 2, 4, 6 tribromoenlin. 2,4,6 tribromoenlin. This is the compound which we are going to get directly. If you take enlin and if you just make with bromine as that water, you will get this product. But if you want only ortho product or para product, then we have to deactivate this NH2. We have to deactivate this NH2. That is the thing we are going to discuss now. That is the difference here. When compared to other electrophilic substitution reactions, here we will face some small difference now, because this NH2 is highly active. When this is highly active, if you directly just bromination, if you do directly, whether you will get, all the three positions, ortho, para and ortho, all the three positions are getting attacking the Br+. That is the problem we are facing. But if you want particularly ortho position product only or para position product only, then we have to deactivate this NH2. How we are going to deactivate this NH2 and how we are going to get the resultant product, that one we are going to see now. Okay, ma? Till now is it clear? Now first enlin directly reacts with bromine in presence of water to get 2,4,6-tribromoenlin. Okay, ma? Let us see in what way we are going to deactivate the NH2. Let us see. First step, this NH2, enlin, is going to react with CH3COCl. This enlin is going to react with CH3COCl. Acid chloride, acetyl chloride. This is acetyl chloride. Now what is going to happen? This NH2 contains two hydrogens. In that, one hydrogen and this chlorine will be left out as HCl. Hydrogen present on this one and chlorine present here will be left out as HCl. Then we will get NHCOCH3. NHCOCH3. One more time. This NH2 present on benzene ring contains two hydrogens, in which one hydrogen and one chlorine will be left out as HCl. We will get acetanilide. Okay, now by introducing this COCH3, instead of this H, we have deactivated the NH2. This is introduction of this CH3CO group into this NH2 group. This is happened by this we are deactivating the NH2 group. How we are going to deactivate, that one I will say. Before that, by using this one, what we are going to do next step also we will see. After that, how it is getting deactivated, I will show that one. Okay, let us see. Second step. First we have done NN is converted to acetanilide. Okay, now I am going to take acetanilide. Is going to react with bromine water. Is going to react with bromine water. We will get NHC=O CH3 in para position. Actually, this Br can be attacked by ortho position as well as para position also. But ortho position Br is nearer to this NHCOCH3 because of high repulsions. We can't get ortho product in major product, but we will get para product major. So directly I am showing the para product only. There is a chance to get ortho singly as well as para also. But ortho will be applied with more repulsions because of that we are getting major product as para-bromo-acetanilide. This is para-bromo-acetanilide, normal acetanilide in which para position contains Br. Okay, para-bromo-acetanilide. Now this is not the required product base because we have to get NH2 only. We want to introduce into enlin, Br must be introduced here. But we have COCH3 then simply we will convert this one to enlin group by H plus hydrolysis. acidic hydrolysis or basic hydrolysis. By that we will convert again this substance to NH2Br. This is the substance we want. Only one bromo, not ortho and para positions. We got only para-bromo-aniline. The para-bromo-aniline is gotten by us by deactivating this NH2 group. Otherwise, nowhere we will get single product like that. Ortho, para, all the three will be getting activated because NH2 is highly active group. Okay. Now, how this one is acting like a deactivating group? Now I will show that one. Before that, are you clear, everyone? Bromination, direct bromination I have shown. Without introduction of this acetyl group into NH2 group, I have shown now. This is second one. By introduction of this NHCOCH3, what happened here? NH2 group is getting deactivated. How it is getting deactivated, I will give explanation now. Before that, this is the thing we are going to get final product. We are going to convert this COCH3, NHCOCH3 to NH2 simply by hydrolysis. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Now, I will show how this is getting deactivating the group. How it is deactivating that one. Okay, let us see. I am going to rub this one. If you take only aniline, complete this lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen will be involved in resonance with benzene like this. Completely, 100%. There is no other track. Okay, its lone pair is present. Completely, it will be electron donating into benzene ring only. That's why it is highly active. Now, when it is converted to acetaldehyde, this lone pair of electrons will be available into benzene ring resonance. At the same time, this is available into acetyl group also. Then this one will show N plus double bond C CH3 O minus. This lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen, how it is involved into benzene ring? Like that, it is involved into side chain also in this form, resonance forms. Like this, 5 structures into resonance structure it will show, resonance forms of benzene. 2 structures like this it will show. Because of this, what is happening there? Lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen will be partially involved in resonance with COCH3. That means completely that lone pair is not acting towards benzene ring only. It is into the acetyl group also. Then what happened to its activity? Lone pair of electrons activity decreased or not? This is happening because of introduction of COCH3 group. One more time, I am giving this explanation why this COCH3 is acting like deactivating group for NH2. For that I am giving this explanation. Okay, why it is acting like that? Without that COCH3, if you take aniline, without that COCH3, if you take aniline, nitrogen contains lone pair. That lone pair is entirely donated into the benzene ring resonance structures only. So every time it will show that 5 resonance structures which are involved with benzene ring only. But if the same thing, instead of that hydrogen, if you have COCH3 group, what is happening? Along with that lone pair is donated into the benzene ring, it is involved into COCH3 group also. Because of that, what is happening to that lone pair of electrons activity? It is getting decreased. Okay, because this entire lone pair of electrons, every time it is not involved in benzene ring, it is involved into the side chain also. So while you are writing the notes, these 2 resonance structures also you have to write, and we have to write one explanation, that is lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen in acetaldehyde. Okay, it is going to be involved in resonance structures with COCH3 group. Because of that, partially its activity is getting decreased, as that lone pair of electrons are entirely not belonging to benzene only. It is just involving in resonance structures with COCH3 also. Because of the decrease in decrease in activity, if it undergoes reaction, whether we will get ortho product or para product only. But if it undergoes reaction, we will get ortho para. Every position is getting attacking the bromine. That is the difference. Okay. After gaining our required product, again we will convert this NHCOCH3 to NH2. That is the important point here we have to understand. Okay. So first we are deactivating that NH2 group by the introduction of COCH3. Second, again we are removing that COCH3 by the hydrolysis of acidic hydrolysis or basic hydrolysis. Is it clear, ma? This is first reaction completed under electrophilic substitution reactions. That is A. Next we have to see nitration as well as sulfonation also. Is it clear, ma? Shall I go through? No. Before going to that one, difference between this aniline and acetanilide. What is the difference? In aniline, nitrogen lone pair is entirely donated into the benzene ring only, so it is highly activating the benzene ring. So ortho and para, ortho, all the three positions are getting activated because of that lone pair of electrons are involved into benzene ring only. But coming to this one, along with that lone pair of electrons donated into benzene ring, it is involved in resonance structures with COCH3 also. Because of this, its activity is getting decreased. Okay, its complete activity is nothing but how much easily nitrogen is donating lone pair of electrons into benzene ring. Depending on the turn, its activity is depending. Here it is not able to donate the lone pair of electrons easily when compared to here. That's why you will get whether ortho product or para product. In that, para product is major because of that simple repulsion factor only. Here if Br is present, it will experience more repulsions. Because of that, we are not getting ortho product easily, but para product we are getting easily. That is the thing. Okay, ma? This is about first electrophilic substitution reaction. We will continue that one by nitration. Okay, ma? We will continue that second one, ma? That is B, which is nitration. Under nitration, same thing. When aniline is going to react with concentrated HNO3 as well as concentrated H2SO4. This is called nitration mixture. Already we know this one. Okay. This directly aniline is going to react with concentrated HNO3 in presence of concentrated H2SO4. Okay. What are the products we are getting? Okay. Let us see. Para-nitroaniline plus meta-nitroaniline plus ortho-nitroaniline. Para-nitroaniline plus meta-nitroaniline plus ortho-nitroaniline. But percentage of these compounds which are obtained, if you get 100 grams, in that almost 52% major product is para-nitroaniline. Almost 49% we are getting meta-nitroaniline. Remaining percentage is there, na? 50 to 49. Sorry, ma. 47 like that. 47 or 46. 46% of meta-nitroaniline we will get. Remaining percentage, 2%, we will get ortho-nitroaniline. Okay, you have to get it out, that is, okay sir, NH2 is electron donating group. Electron donating group is ortho-para directing group. Whether we will get para product, okay, 52%, that is okay, no problem. Ortho product 2% and meta product we got 46%. Why considerable amount of meta product we got? That is the doubt we will get immediately. because NH2 is electron donating. Correct, ma? Electron donating means what is going to be happen? Electron donating means it is ortho-para directing group. Whether ortho product and para product, we have to get major products. But here some considerable amount of meta product also we are getting. That explanation I will give now. Before that, note down this reaction, all of you. That reaction is aniline reacts with concentrated HNO3 in presence of this concentrated H2SO4. What is going to be happen? Para-nitroaniline, meta-nitroaniline and ortho-nitroaniline, these three products we are getting. And I have shown you what about the percentages also, and I have raised a question also. For that, now I will say the answer. Let us see. This aniline, it is going to react with HNO3 as well as H2SO4. According to our expectation, directly NH2 is electron donating, it will be involved in reaction to form para product. Why ortho product is in minor quantity? Because of repulsions. Here if NO2 is there, this NO2 and NH2 are nearby each other, because of the repulsion factor, we got less amount of ortho product. That is okay. But why we are getting the meta product that much highly? Because this is nitrogen contained by lone pair of electrons, which is behaving like a Lewis base. Okay, this is acid. HNO3 is able to donate H plus ion, so it is acid. Immediately this lone pair of electrons will be donated to this H plus, because this is acid and this is base. We will get anilinium ion. So almost 47% of aniline is reacted with HNO3 because it is behaving like base. Its own characteristics also will be dominating. Because of that, it is going to react with that acid to form a substance which is called anilinium ion. Now nitrogen previously contains lone pair of electrons. If lone pair of electrons present, it is acting like an electron donating group. But here lone pair of electrons are not present. That too, nitrogen contains positive charge. Electronegative atom with positive charge, how it will be, we will understand. Because of that, this one will electron withdrawing group. This is acting like a electron withdrawing. This one will pull electrons from benzene ring. If it is electron withdrawing group, then what will be happen? In meta position, you will get NO2 group. Okay. After that, again this one will donate H plus ion, and it is formed as aniline. Okay, ma. So some amount of aniline, it is going to react with H plus to form anilinium ion. That anilinium ion is acting like NH3 plus present on the benzene ring, is acting like electron withdrawing group. Because of that electron withdrawing group, considerable amount is present. It is meta directing group. Because of that, NO2 plus is coming into which position? Meta position, and we are getting some considerable amount of meta group, as well as after that H plus ion will be removed from that anilinium ion, and again it will be formed as aniline. This is the reason 47%, like that I noted down, that much amount of meta product why we got, because it is like a base. Definitely this HNO3, it is acting like an acid. Because of this electron donation, we will get anilinium ion. This anilinium ion NH3 plus is acting like electron withdrawing group. This is the reason we got some considerable amount of meta product also. Para position, according to our own expectation, we understood already. Ortho position, why we got very less amount? Because ortho position NO2 and NH2 group are very nearby each other. Because of high repulsions, we are not able to get that ortho position major product. This is the reason. What about the nitration group? Okay, first we have seen bromination. Second we have seen nitration. And next we will see third reaction. Before that, are you clear with this two? First one, bromination. Second one, nitration. Okay, third one, that is sulfonation. First, under sulfonation, this is SEMA. Under sulfonation, aniline is going to react with H2SO4 in presence of SO3. This is the reagent which is used for sulfonation. H2SO4 in presence of SO3. What will be happening? Observe carefully here. This H2SO4, I am going to write it as H plus HSO4 minus. H2SO4, I am going to write it as H plus HSO4 minus. Then this lone pair of electrons present on NH2 will be donating lone pairs to H plus ma. Then we will get NH3 plus, which is happened in previous condition. Like that here also we will get NH3 plus. Immediately this HSO4 minus is there, na? This is contained by negative charge, this is contained by positive charge. So it is forming like a salt, ma. HSO4 minus, NH3 plus, HSO4 minus. This is base, this is acid. Base plus acid is formed like a salt. Okay, but if you heat this one, almost 473 Kelvin like that, at the temperature, if you heat this one, what will be happen? In benzene ring, definitely here, every carbon has hydrogen, na? Okay, here this hydrogen, this nitrogen contains 3 hydrogens, ma. I am writing it as NH2H. NH2H. Here 1 hydrogen, here 1 hydrogen, 2 hydrogens, and in HSO4 minus 1 oxygen. 4 oxygens are there. I am writing it as 3 oxygens and one O separately. Okay, hydrogen, hydrogen and this hydrogen will be removed as water. Then this HSO3 group is there, na? This HSO3 group is coming into para position. This HSO3 group is coming into para position. Then we will get final product. NH2. Why we got NH2 here? This already this bond is shifted towards N plus as lone pair. So we will get H plus here. Here 1 H and this 1 O. Totally it is removed as water. Then instead of this hydrogen we are getting HSO3. Then we are getting here SO3H. SO3H into which position? Para position. Okay, first actually basic nature and acidic nature are going to dominate, ma. Because of that, this base is going to react with acid to form like a salt. But if you heat that one, rearrangement will be happened. In what way rearrangement is going to be happened? See, NH3, 3 hydrogens are there, na? These 3 hydrogens in which 1 hydrogen, next here 1 O in HSO4. In HSO4 we have 1 oxygen. So remaining HSO3. Okay. This oxygen, this hydrogen, and in para position benzene ring has hydrogen, HHO, H2O will be removed out. Then what is the remaining substance? HSO3. This HSO3 is coming into this position, we will get this one. What is the electrophile in a sulfonation? SO3H plus. That SO3H plus is not directly coming into para position, we are getting into one intermediate, after that it is coming into para position. Why we are not getting ortho position? Ortho position repulsions are more. Here, if it is there, HSO3, this NH2 and HSO3 repulsions are more. Because of that, we are getting para position. Okay, ma? And this is the product. Is it clear? Actually, this is para. 1 minute, ma. Para amino sulfonilic acid. Para-amino sulfonilic acid. Sulfonic acid, sorry. Para-amino sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. Para-amino benzene sulfonic acid. That is the product we got. Okay. Why did I write here para-amino? This is the major product, major functional group. SO3H is major functional group. That means preferential order will be given for first SO3H, then amine. That's why from here we started 1, 2, 3, 4. Or otherwise we can write 4-amino benzene sulfonic acid. Okay. This is about sulfonation. Third one. First one, electrophilic substitution reactions. Under that first one we have discussed bromination. What about second one? Second one, nitration. Third one, sulfonation. Okay. Fourth, fifth, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation will not be undergone by aniline. That reason now I will see. Let us see. In both Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation, without AlCl3, actually CH3COCl, CH3Cl, those are reagents, main reagents. But without this AlCl3, reaction will not be happened. Correct? But if you use this AlCl3, AlCl3 contains one empty orbital, which is Lewis acid. This is Lewis base. Then this lone pair of electrons will be donated into this empty orbital. Base plus acid, we will get a salt. That salt, further it will not undergo reaction with CH3Cl or CH3COCl. Because of this, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation will not be undergone by aniline. Now I will say the point, write that one. Aniline will not undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation because that aniline in which nitrogen present in that aniline will react with that AlCl3, which is acting like a Lewis acid to form a salt. That salt which is formed, further it will not undergo reaction. Because of this, aniline cannot undergo reaction with acylation and alkylation. Okay, note down the point clearly, Friedel-Crafts acylation and Friedel-Crafts alkylation reactions will not be undergone by aniline because aniline when reacts with AlCl3, it will form a salt. That salt, further it will not undergo reaction with alkyl CH3COCl as well as CH3Cl. Okay, ma. So we have only three reactions in aromatic amines. Those three reactions, electrophilic substitution reactions, those are first one bromination, second one nitration, third one sulfonation. Okay, ma. This is about electrophilic substitution reaction and this is seventh one. Now coming to chemical properties of amines. First one, alkylation. That one like ammonolysis. Second one, after alkylation, acylation, benzoylation, both are coming under one property. Okay. Third one, carbylamine reaction. Fourth one, formation of benzene diammonium chloride. That means reaction with HNO2, nitrous acid. Okay, that is fourth one. Next, fifth one. What is the fifth one? Reaction with Hinsberg reagent. Reaction with Hinsberg reagent, that is used to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Okay, fifth one we got. Sixth one, electrophilic substitution reactions. We got seventh one, reaction with nitrous acid, carbylamine reaction, acylation, benzoyl. I think acylation, benzylation separately we have seen. Just once go through, chemical properties all are completed now, no problem. Okay, how many chemical properties clearly once note down in your notes. Okay, ma. I think by this reaction we completed this chemical properties of amines. First preparations, next physical properties we will see in the end. Already we have known how physical properties are present. Okay, next chemical properties. Total number of chemical properties we have seen. Normal aliphatic amines, after that aromatic amines, electrophilic substitution reactions. Okay, ma. This is about chemical properties. In this amines only, they gave one separate topic called diazonium salt. So we have to see what about the diazonium salt, how it is stable, how it will be prepared, and what are the chemical properties of the diazonium salt. It is simple only, no problem. Within 1 or 2 classes we will complete. Okay, ma. This is about chemical properties of amines. Okay, after completion of the diazonem salts, at a time we will see physical properties of amines as well as physical properties of diazonem salts. Okay, ma? Let us see that one. So our next side heading is diazonem salts. Diazonem salts are generally represented by benzene diazonem salt. This is benzene group with N2 plus X minus. Actually, this is let us consider this one as Y minus. Okay, or simply X minus also we can represent. No? Why did I show this one? Actually, here Y is equal to any halogen, Cl minus or Br minus, any halogen, even HSO4 minus also, it can be etc. But general formula is C6H5 N2 plus Y minus. That Y might be Cl minus, Br minus or HSO4 minus, whatever it is. Y minus is equal to. Okay, ma? So, this is the general formula of benzene diazonem chloride. Diazonem salts, in which it contains positive charge and negative charge, like Na plus Cl minus. That's why we kept the heading salt, ma. Okay, this is about introduction of this diazonem salt. Now, how this diazonem salt is getting stable, and what about the preparation of this diazonem salt? Okay, this N2 plus group, N2 group is there, na? N2 plus. This N2 plus is called diazonem group. This N2 plus is called diazonem group. Okay, the substance which is contained by this diazonem group are coming under diazonem salts. And next we have to see in what way these diazonem salts are stable, how this diazonem salt is prepared, and what are the chemical properties of these diazonem salts. Once again I am telling, very important this one, highly important, because these chemical properties of these diazonem salts are highly useful in conversions. Okay, that one we will see in next class. In today's class, remaining chemical properties we have seen, that benzene diazonem chloride reaction Hinsberg reagent test as well as electrophilic substitution reactions we completed. By next one or two more classes we will complete this one also. So by 2 more classes we will complete this amines chapter. By that 4 organic important chapters we are going to complete. First one, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Second one, alcohols, phenols and ethers. Third one, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. And fourth one, amines. Okay, very important, and you have to prepare well. Okay, ma? For this today it is okay. Next we will go through how we distribute all these things, ma. We will continue this diagrams. Thank you all of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.